So there are a lot of permutation for 2027 election. Even some prophets are telling us who is going to win and who is going to lose 2027 election. This is not new anyway because we saw a lot of things like this before 2023 election, right? So in this video, let's see what FAYOSE, the former governor of Ekite State, said about who is going to win election in 2027. And we'll come back for more discussion, like reactions from Nigerians, what Nigerians are saying concerning FAYOSE's statement, like who is going to win 2027 election. Take a look, my people.
Don't let us deceive ourselves. Obi will still have a good showing, little by little, where necessary, but you can't deny that. I've always said the truth. Obi will have a good showing more than PDP, more than ADC. PDP will come fourth, ADC will come third, PDP will come fourth, ADC will come third, no, sorry, APC will come first, Obi will come second, ADC will come third, PDP will come fourth. Write it down. We can't be fooling people here.
Are you a prophet?
That is
or has the result been written somewhere?
Shehu, you know that I don't know how to lie. But when you are losing, the signs are very obvious. PDP is balkanized into three. Obi is out of PDP, ADC is out of PDP. At the end of the day, the key leaders that are remaining in PDP are gone. Even the soul of PDP is gone. The spirit is gone. The body is just there. And the people who left PDP too, they are sharing the same vote. They have cut PDP into three halves. Like I said to you, Obi will come second. Obi will come second. PDP will come fourth. ADC will come third. Who are the people remaining in
So my people, according to Mr. FAYOSE, he said that Tinubu will come first, then second is Peter Obi, third is the ADC, as well as fourth is the PDP. And I love the question Shehu asked him whether they have written the result already, because the way he was speaking as if he is sure of what he's saying, right? And he said that Tinubu has already conquered the South, that every state in the South, like Tinubu, will definitely win the election in 2027, which I believe that he is not saying the truth. Honestly, as far as Peter Obi is in the picture, there is no way Tinubu will win all the states in the South. Yes, let me allow you guys to listen to what Nigerians are saying concerning what Mr. FAYOSE said, especially Kwankwaso, the statement that he made last time. Like, these people are just deceiving Nigeria. So there's some people that are very, very close to Kwankwaso. You're going to hear what they're going to say here. Like, very soon, you're going to hear that Kwankwaso with his supporters are now APC members. Yes, it's going to happen very soon. So all these things they are doing, they just want to deceive Nigerians. But I believe that Nigerians are wise right now. And when it comes to free and fair election, there is no way Peter Obi will not win Tinubu. So all these things they are saying, they know very well that they're going to manipulate the election anyway. But let me allow you guys to take a listen and hear what Nigerians are saying. Even some people from Tinubu camp, some people from ADC, some people that are from Peter Obi, as well as PDP. You're going to hear what they are saying here, because it's good to hear people's opinion, to know what is happening in Nigeria, right? Especially when it comes to this 2027 election. My people, relax and enjoy the video.
Oh, and he came back to Kano State and he's talking about things not doing well, that Tinubu is focusing more in the north. Sorry, focusing more in the south. And, quite a number of people don't really believe what he's saying. A lot of people feel that he's playing politics. What is going on with him? Is he moving to the APC? Sorry, somebody, am I still audible?
The mindset.
Yes, sir.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. You see, the permutation for 227 or 31, we're at the crossroad now. We've never in this country been at this junction politically. Tinubu has succeeded. If you remember on your space, we've discussed 223. A lot of permutations were being speculated. And I took a position that the only way out is for us to have a formidable opposition. But I've been saying it then before the election. that all these political parties that are coming up opposing APC then have been infiltrated by Tinubu, in the sense that look at the people around Obi that time and look at the people around Kwankwaso that time. Look at some of the people with Atiku. They refused that merger to happen between just two political parties. Had it been NMPP aligned with Obi, it would have been a different story now. Had it been Kwankwaso aligned with Atiku, it would have been a different story. Put Kwankwaso votes and Obi and Atiku vote. It's a clear winner. But personal ego and then infiltration of these people that allowed the merger talks to take place, that is what is happening right now within the ADC. And ADC, I make bold to say, they've been distracted so much, they've been infiltrated so much that merge, that coalition now coming up, hardly will it see the light of the day.
Sorry. Okay, I was going to come to Kwankwaso. I'm not talking about the ADC because
no, I'm making a preamble to what I want to say. Now Kwankwaso is dancing up and down. This thing happened quite some. The foundation has been laid quite some time ago. If you remember, Abubakar Galadima was on air saying that his daughters picked his phone, they saw Tinubu's phone number, they called him and they got job. But he said he did not give them, they just picked his phone and called him and they said that they're his children. I agree, that can happen. But read through the lines of that message. Is that now an indication that something is about to come up then? Look at the visit of Kwankwaso. His votes, he commanded a lot of votes. He needs to secure Kano. But then what happens? How can he secure Kano? It's just like what is happening in the South Side. So Kwankwaso, to me, I'm disappointed because he's a progressive. He's a one-man army. He has a very good following, dedicated, But though within a small certain enclave with commanding over 1 million votes, at this juncture, I will say, I will not be surprised if he moves to APC, to be very honest with you. But I will be disappointed if he does that. I'm looking forward to meeting him and discussing that with him personally on the demerits and the merits of not doing that. Because I'm sure if he does that, a lot of his followers, I'm telling you, he will move with some people, but a lot of his followers will give him a surprise on the D-Day. Because a lot of his followers will not go, they will follow him for whatever it is now, but on the D-Day, they will vote contrary to he will be disappointed. It will be the beginning of the end of his own political career. He will be shocked. Mindset. Let me yield.
Thank you very much, Haruna. Sorry to those who've joined this platform. I just have to move away from the topic because I wanted to use this opportunity that I have Haruna on the platform to ask that question that's about Kwankwaso. If there's anybody that knows Kwankwaso very well on this platform, is Haruna. The last time we had his spokesperson, Buba Galadima, when he spoke on this platform, it's through Haruna that we managed to Buba Galadima spoke on this platform. So you have heard from him. It appears that Kwankwaso's leg, head, and every other part of the body is actually moving to APC. If we are to go with this now, that's quite a very interesting one. But Haruna, now you're speaking to somebody who has followed Kwankwaso for a while, right? But there's quite a number of his followers in Kano State. I know he has followers in other part of the north, Jigawa, Bauchi, and the rest of them. But those in Kano State, it would appear that they wouldn't mind, because from what I'm hearing and those that I've spoken to, they are very comfortable that they're happy to go with him, because the idea here is moving to APC is not a bad move, and then it gives them a leverage come 2031 if Bola Ahmed Tinubu was to win this election, so Kwakwaso will stand a better chance because power then will move to the north. These are the things I'm hearing from those his followers, especially those in Kano State. Do you agree with that, or do you guys, some of you who wouldn't be happy with it? I mean, what is your take on that from those, especially in Kano State?
You see, mindset, it's all about acquisition. That's why I was saying initially, I said our political gladiators are after their own personal interests. And I make bold to see on this platform, there's no any politician in Nigeria today that can stand before me and tell me that he's in politics because of the interests of this country. None. At least one has mingled with them for a very long time. And one have seen their antecedents. It's all about them, not the country. That is what a lot of us don't understand. We will be on spaces talking, just in protecting their own personal empire, not our empire. It's not about us, it's about them. So the better we start changing our perspective towards our political reality in the country, we'll keep on going round in circles. Okay, Kwankwaso has a very big outreach. He has a lot of political investment in Kano. He needs to protect that empire. So whatever it takes for him to do that, now he's negotiating, they're negotiating back and forth. You take this, I take this, you give me this, you take this. But it's not about us, it's about them. Stupidly, he wants to protect his own estate. So he's giving give and take. Okay, I'll take the governorship, you leave the governorship. Okay, no, you have to forgo the emir, you have to do this, you have to do that. But it's not all about us, That's the point. It's not about Nigeria. All they are doing is for them to the establishment, they are rooting the establishment. Look at what's happening in the state and the National Assembly. Look at the movement of all these people to every day dancing. Look at Labour moving to APC, PDP moving to APC, and so on and so forth. Is it AP? Does that mean that we are turning to have one state political party now in the country? No any opposition? Nobody can challenge the government on whatever the government is doing? Nobody can stand up for Nigerians? Look at the economic, look at the hardship going, look at what farmers are going through now in the country. Take all these permutations, put it on the table and see. If you are objective, you know that politically we are just dead in this country.
Okay.
He wants to protect his empire, he wants to protect his industry, and let him move. He will be shocked. I'm telling you this, he will be shocked. Let him move. He will move quite okay, people will follow him, but on the D-Day, you will see the difference. Because people are starting to realize that these things are just fictions. It's just like movie now. It's just like you are going to watch Netflix now, our political situation in the country. What is it that we have to be proud that we are politicians or we are followers of politics? No ideology? No any ideology? It's just about money and position? Just protect your empire? No, that shouldn't work that way. It shouldn't be. We shouldn't allow ourselves to be used and manipulated. We are not zombies. The better we realize this, the better for us mindset.
All right. Thank you very much, Haruna. For those who are joining us, we started a conversation about the interview of the former governor of Ekite State. But then again, we have Haruna here. I wanted to use the opportunity to speak about the position of Kwankwaso in the present government. You know, he's somebody that is very close to Kwankwaso, and he can speak to him, and hopefully he will come back on this platform, and we can ask more questions. But I can see a lot of people raise their hands, so I'm not sure which topic we are going back to right now. So let's allow Mr. Tijani to speak. I have one more question for Haruna, but let me allow Mr. Tijani. Mr. Tijani, I hope you're in a much better place to speak now, sir.
Yes, I am. Yeah, what's actually happened is I am not even the type of person that I would want to do something and then I'll just go offline just like that or just decide to cut people. But an emergency actually happened.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. So I do apologize. Go ahead with your submission, sir.
So I wanted to say something. Mr. Aruna was actually saying something, and I am so happy he's even here today. As at 2022, right before the presidential election, then when Kwankwaso and the rest of them came up with their New Nigeria People Party of 18. So, boy from the north, I was actually telling somebody that this Kwankwaso movement and Party of 18, I am just saying it as a decoy for what's his name, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And the guy was asking me that why do I think so? And I said this man has been so close to Tinubu right from time. They've been more of a mentor, mentee of 18, and as a matter of fact, even the campaign manager then for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, right? That's Jibrin Abdumimi actually decamped to New Nigeria People parties then. And I was saying, if APC should refuse to give Bola Ahmed Tinubu that presidential ticket, then I think this man is going to decamp to New Nigeria People Party. And ever since then, that thing has been on my mind, especially with the recent happening going on about Kwankwaso from year to there to year, doing his things, and how at the end of the day, the way they try to manipulate the Kano governorship election in the what was it called, the judiciary, right? And they still had to give it back to you. So, Mr. Aruna, since you're actually here this morning, I'll be so happy if you can actually highlight more on that. And if that is actually true, if that party was really created by Tinubu or for Tinubu, please. And if they are going to merge with APC at the end of the day. And also, please, while we are actually on this, let me just at least market my, don't be offended, please. With the way things are actually going on in this country right now, I just want to use 1 minute to say some few things, please. With the way things are actually going on in this country right now, it is so bad. As someone living in a student community, just now I was supposed to speak and I was called that something happened to a student who is living 2 streets from my area. I had to quickly rush down, only for me to get there. And this boy has not eaten for 2 days. When I mean 2 days, he has not eaten for 2 days. And that was why he had to collapse and we had to quickly rush him to the hospital. That is just to show you how things are so expensive. And when he woke up, we were trying to ask him what happened, and he was telling us that his monthly allowance is just 5,000 naira. 5,000 naira just for monthly allowance. 5,000 naira, what can 5,000 naira even buy in this economy? That is just to show you how things are bad. And I asked him, why is it fair? He said, because the parents are still going to be the one to raise his accommodation fee, his house rent, not just for him, but him and 3 others. So please, in 2027, it's actually the time for us to get it right because I am even so emotional right now. I don't know what to say. What I actually have in mind before is not what I am even saying right now, but it's just so bad that in this kind of economy, 5,000 naira won't even take you for 2 days. And now this is something they are giving to a student in 200 level to spend for 1 month. So please, let's all get it right. And from the look of things, I think, and I also want to say something. From the look of things, I think the coalition won't even be good for Peter Obi because from the look of things, these people are people that have actually ruled this country before. The likes of, I am not here to demarket anybody or to stain anybody image whatsoever, but the likes of Atiku Abubakar, the likes of Rufai, so on and so forth. These people are not even there for us. They are there for their personal interest. If these people, the likes of Rufai, if they benefited from APC, I don't even think this man would have been capped. This man would have want to even join the coalition today. Honestly, so the likes of Atiku then when Goodluck was in power, he was actually one of those who moved to APC. He was actually one of those who gave APC that power. And today he's still coming back again to form another coalition. And from the look of things, if these people will not allow Peter Obi to get, I am not even an Igbo man. So if these people will not allow Peter Obi to get the ticket for 2027 presidential election, honestly, I think each and every one of us will have to leave this country at the end of the day. Because the way things are so bad and so worse right now, it's even going to be more worse after 2027 election. So please, I am telling each and every one of us to think right and think proper. This is not about tribalism anymore or whatsoever you will be thinking. This is class system, because from the look of things, the elites in this country are not even up to 2% of the population of the population, and these are the same people ruling us. These are the same people trying to make us feel as if we are actually nothing in this country, and this is very, very bad. Thank you so much, Mindset, for giving me this mic. I am so sorry for actually
No, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine, Mr. Tijani. And thank you. Thank you. Sorry, can you help me mute your mic? Thank you. All right. So once again, I did not know what was going on within your area. So once again, I have to apologize, and I hope your friend get better, and I hope things worked out better for him. I didn't want us to digress to a different topic of who will get the ticket and who will not get the ticket, but we are humans. Based on what you say that happened to your friend, I felt that it's very important that I should give you a pass to air your view, and if that makes you feel a little bit better that you air your view, that's something I am quite happy to allow. But I want us to go back to the topic. It's either we are focusing on what the former governor of Ekite State said, and that's FAYOSE, or if anybody wants to make a comment based on what Mr. Haruna said. I think those two, we can marry them together. But in terms of correlation or who gets the ticket or who doesn't get it, I both have logged it, and I think we should focus more on this. But Mr. Tijani, I hope your friend, I hope your friend gets better and take care of yourself as well. Thank you very much. So on that note, I'll pass the mic to. Oh, sorry. People's Parliament. I know you're here, so please. Chidelity did raise his hand earlier on, so I'm not sure what that is. Chidelity, please, sir. You raised your hand earlier on. I do apologize.
Yeah, I just wanted to contribute further from my last contribution. I just listened to your video while I was listening to you. I think he contradicted himself at the same time when he was granting that interview, because he made a prediction. We should not forget this, and that's where I have a little bit issue with what he said by Tinubu having the South on lockdown. Now, this is his prediction. He said PDP will come fourth, right, in the election 2027, and ADC will come third, and LP, which is PDP, will come second. And according to him, he said OB will do very well. Now, he said, my question is, whoever comes second, according to his prediction, means he will win a region and also win some other states. Now, the question is, if, according to his prediction, Obi is coming second, meaning Obi wins Southeast and some part of South. So why is he saying that Tinubu has the South on lockdown? That's just my question. We should also analyze based on what he said. I'm not the one that said it. That's what he said. Now, he also said that Tinubu needed little vote from the North. It means, according to him, he has agreed that Tinubu has lost his popularity in the North. So how is Tinubu going to win 2027? From his own analysis is what is left to be done. I will see. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Chidelity, for your submission. Mr. Chidelity asked a question, and anybody that wants to respond to that, you're welcome to respond to that. Anybody that want to touch on what Mr. Haruna said, that's another welcome development. If you can marry both together, that would be very helpful. But let's be very mindful of time as I pass the mic to People's Parliament. Good morning, People's Parliament, and thank you for joining us once again. Good morning.
Thank you, Mindset. Always a pleasure to be here. Let me just, as you said, if we could merge everything together, it will make a lot of sense. I'll start from FAYOSE's video. And I think one thing the designers of democracy have underestimated is the political skills of African leaders when it comes to being able to understand the system and being able to manipulate it to their own advantage. I think we always forget one thing, that political gladiators are survivalists by nature. What matters to them is their own political survival. And when you see people like FAYOSE, who's a two-time governor of Ekite State, who actually was governor in a very interesting manner, he spent 4 years in office, then got out of office, then came back into office. So he understands what it is to survive politically in this country. And when he comes out and makes statements like the Southwest is under lockdown, I think it would be very unwise to dismiss such a statement as, oh, just politicians bragging on TV. I mean, if you look at the organization of the APC at the moment. We're talking politically now. We're not talking in terms of governance or performance. We understand that that is subject to everyone's interpretation of how you see things. However, when we're talking about having a political party on the ground that is ready to win an election, they just appointed, not even elected, a party chairman from the North Central. Now you look at the Southwest, and this is not going to, mindset has always assured me that we could speak freely on this space. And I'll point to something very interesting. The folly of the obedience post 2023 elections will start to yield results now in this political season, because the alienation and the outright maybe disdain or disrespect towards a large number of people who gave Peter Obi a very strong backing from different regions at the early stages of the obedient movement. I think that would eventually, have its own effect sooner or later. Because at the end of the day, that has been able to sway a lot of people towards an unfortunate side of our politics, which is ethnic survival, looking at things from a perspective of, well, he's my kinsman. Let's just, if you're that nasty towards me, yeah, then let's look at the other side. It's unfortunate in terms of the growth of the country. It's unfortunate in terms of the quality of governance that we expect. But things like that has an effect on politics. We cannot deny it. Now, having touched on that, you would also look at this Kwankwanso thing, and I just want to touch on it briefly. You're looking at 2031. Mindset mentioned something very interesting, and that's the fact. In 2031, there will be the people of the north, in terms of the populace, may not be the biggest fan of Bola Tinubu, but the biggest political gladiators in the north will be cutting him as much as possible. Why? Because there is an unwritten power sharing agreement in this country that after 8 years of power in the south, power returns to the north. Everybody understands the ability of an incumbent president to appoint you as a political successor. So everybody will be dancing to his tune. Everybody he will be the bride that they all want to date. That's the fact. And now Kwankwanso, I would believe, is playing a perfect long game, maintaining a very solid political base with a certain unique ideology. They have their red cap, they're distinct. In every gathering, you see them, they look different. He's maintained that support base. He's shown that he can gather votes in an election. He's battle tested. And he'll be looking at 2031 as just one further step. As Mindset said on this page the other day, when he was asking the question, who is going to inherit those 12 million votes of Buhari? Kwankwanso is looking at that and he's like, you know what, I may not need it now, but I'm looking at it for the long game. So I'm willing to play fifth columnist by using my party and maintaining some kind of underground relationship. It may eventually not even defect. That's the tricky thing about this. As we've said on this space some days ago, his ability to split votes as much as possible. Don't forget, he became president with the least number of votes. So he understands that I just need a little majority in the most critical areas. And I would like to, you could see the celebrations. I mean, I saw videos in Jos the other day when the APC chairman was appointed. And they've appointed a chairman who has experience when it comes to INEC situations. So I feel like it's about time people in the country have to realize that the politicians have mastered this system called democracy. They've designed a template around it that favors them, that would win elections for them. E.g., the entrenchment of stomach infrastructure. We can talk on spaces. We speak English. We understand each other. We're educated. We're smart. We're brilliant. We come on the internet and talk. There are people in the trenches who don't speak the politics we speak. Their stomach speaks and they respond when politicians show up. It's just, I mean, you may hate them for all you want. I remember during the last election, people were insulting people in Ekite State, oh, this, oh, that. The politicians understand the populace. The day we start to understand the populace and the society around us, then maybe we may be able to understand. So I think at the end of the day, the prayer we just have is just, I feel like it's a let's hope and pray situation, because if you do not like the government in power, ways to get them out, would require a lot of compromises that I don't even think so many aspects of the country are ready to make. And when I say so many aspects, I mean the youth, I mean certain people in the political space as well. Our politicians, I don't want to digress from the topic, but what FAYOSE has said, in my opinion, I think they're speaking from a place of confidence and a place of their own permutations, towards 2027. I think they have their strategy well laid out, whilst the opposition is still trying to get itself together, not even get his house in order. There's no house yet. This is just politicians having conversations, negotiations, who is going to be this, who is going to be that, everybody trying to show that I have a strong support base. We saw Amechi the other day. We saw, Peter Obi also making his moves around the country. And there are also, other factors that would play into whatever alliance they're trying to make. That is still not happening. So when people who have like ears close to the APC, hierarchy, when they're speaking publicly and they're telling you that we have these areas locked down, we have that area locked down, I mean, I can only say, let's hope and pray that if genuinely the people are willing and ready to remove this party from power, then they would find a way to maybe appeal to the gladiators on the other side to come to some kind of agreement as quickly as possible. You have about less than 3 years to elections. You either get it right or they just continue what they've set up. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, People's Parliament, for your wonderful submission. We don't even have up to 3 years. It's barely 18 months or 19 months, if you will. So that's not enough time for them to put things in order. Are they able to do it? Absolutely. It's always impossible until it's done. That's a quote from Nelson Mandela. So it's always looking possible. I apologize until it's done. But for those who have listened to you, anybody that disagreed with what Mr. People's Parliament have said, please come on the platform, request for the mic. You have every opportunity to air your view. One thing I do not condone on this platform is name calling or telling people that have collected money and everything. Listen, people work, people do their job and everything. But if you disagree with what he said and what he said does not sit well with you, come on the platform and tell us why you disagree with him. But name callings and all these things that people enjoy doing, I will not condone that on this platform. But thank you very much, sir. So I'll pass it back to Dr. Musi. Doctor, good morning and thank you for joining us.
Hello, good morning, Mindset. Good morning, everyone, depending on where you are. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. First of all, I would like to start with coalition thing. No, not coalition. FAYOSE's comments that the South has been locked down. They only need some vote from the North. For me, that is a statement to look at from two lenses. Number one, from the point of he was not being actually logical in terms of statistic voting, right? Number two, he was saying their plan. You understand? Because every observant of Nigerian politics know that one of the biggest plans of APC administration now is to kind of have the collective southern vote, get some vote from what they call the core north, and then also lock down the north central. Yeah, that is their plan. But the thing is, this is hardly going to happen because but it can happen depending on how the coalition move their own politics. You understand? So it all depends on how the coalition moves, right? But then one thing they fail to understand is that Peter Obi, they can only get the southern vote if Peter Obi refuses to deputize Atiku and also refuses to run independently. These are very important factors because at some point, every single person who belongs to the coalition, there is this calling for Peter Obi, please come and deputize Atiku, come and deputize Atiku. At some point, I will come to a realization that if it is even going to be better for coalition if Peter Obi decides to say, okay, let me just go out of this coalition and run independently, because Bola Ahmed Tinubu today in 2027, the place that he is looking for most vote actually from the southern part of the country, be it from the south, southwest, or southeast. That is where he is planning to get most of the votes that he is getting. Because long as Atiku gets that coalition ticket, believe you me, Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot and will not be able to secure the vote that he got in 2023. This is realistic. When I come to speak about politics, I don't want to sugarcoat things. I don't want to, like, everyone has his own way of viewing things. I don't care. I can speak in favor of North, I can speak in favor of the South, but I always try to just speak my honest truth. What I know is that, and even in Tinubu's camp, they know really that it will be very hard for them to get the mass northern vote. So if Atiku eventually gets that coalition ticket, Atiku will get the majority northern vote. So now the issue is the south. All right. So that's why I'm saying if also Peter Obi agrees to deputize Atiku, then it will be good for them also. But the reason why I said on the other hand, Peter Obi to some extent is even better to run independently is that even if Peter Obi decides to deputize Atiku, a lot of the southern people of South that supported him in 2023, they will now say that okay, because of Atiku, they will not support him. They will rather just vote for APs. You understand? There will be such group of aggrieved Peter Obi supporters who, once he agrees to deputize Atiku, they will say that they will rather vote for Tinubu. You understand? So, but if Peter Obi stands actively and seriously and run independently just the way he did in 2023, the whole story is going to be in favor of coalition, but only if it is Atiku that gets the ticket. But if it is not Atiku that gets the ticket, nobody in the whole Nigeria, be him from the north or from the south, can defeat Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That is another reality that people fail to understand. We are talking about politics now, not governance. You understand? Because if we are to talk about governance, none of these people actually tried. Me personally, I supported Tinubu because of I've always said it. Tinubu is someone who has some track records to look at and say that okay, this person has done this, let me vote him. But currently speaking, Bola Tinubu has kind of disappointed a lot of people, including most of his co-objective supporters. You understand? So now it is about, someone made mention of Konkoso. Konkoso, right? As someone said, yeah, he has his own ideology and he has his own ego or something. But whatever he is bargaining with the APC, he is doing it for the sake of himself. You understand? And yeah, of course, I have seen a lot of his supporters who, right before he even joins the APC, they have started rationalizing and justifying why, if Concourse moves to APC, it will be better for them because they cannot, because of their opposition, they have been sidelined. The federal government does not give them enough of attention or something of that sort, right? But another truth is that his supporters will be divided. But what I know is that no matter how, whether Konkoso follows Tinubu, whether he doesn't follow Tinubu, even in Kanu, 2027, majority of voters will vote for coalition if Atiku gets the ticket. It doesn't matter where Konkoso, if he decides to stay in APC to join Tinubu, if he decides to remain in NNPP to run another presidency, whatever he does in 2027, Atiku, if he gets the coalition ticket, he will get the majority Kano vote. Quote me anywhere. If we are alive to witness it, you will see it. But to tell you that how is this going to be, who will win, I don't know, because tomorrow only knows by God. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Musti, for your submission. I think I have to agree that there's no way we speak on any topic without people making reference to the coalition. I think I have to accept that right now, and it's something I'm going to find a way to manage because I mean that's the reality, right? And I didn't want to appear that when somebody's making a point that a lot of people are interested in, then I interject. I try not to do that, but I would have loved us not to speak more about the coalition, but it's practically impossible as it stands right now for any of the speakers to speak and not briefly touch on the coalition. So, interesting submission by Dr. Musi. If you disagree with Dr. Musi, please don't just stay at the comment section and just come on board. Tell him why you disagree with him. It is an open space. Everybody have the right to air their view. The only thing we say and we will continue to say is respect our time, respect the speakers, be civil, right? But in terms of any political party that you belong to, come on board and speak. And so we do not have another speaker. So I would then ask a question I have a question for Mr. Haruna. Haruna, I want to believe that you're still with us. Haruna.
Yes, man.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, thank you. So the last time we spoke about on this platform in regards to Kwakwaso, and which a lot of people believe that there was this individual, Mr. Saraki, and others who believe that Kwakwaso stand a better chance of inheriting the quote and unquote Buhari 12 million votes. Do you believe in the North that the person who stand a better chance of inheriting that 12 million vote politically, that's the what number we have always used, do you think Kwakwaso is that person?
No, it's not. You see, Buhari's ideology, persona, and influence in the North, there's no politician that can match or fit or into his shoes, except if we want to deceive ourselves. You can see with the recent balkanization of the CPC, influenced and financed by the Tinubu administration, Buhari's 12 million votes is not induced by any of these politicians. It is his own personality that gave him that. It's not money, it's not sweet talk, it's just I can use one single word, his integrity, that earned him that. Now tell me any politician that can fit into Buhari's shoes. None. They will just deceive people to make them realize I'm Buhari's, I'm this, I'm this, and that, and that. The core Buhari loyalists, where are they today? We have some people that are trying to masquerade to fill in the gap, but they cannot. His own ideology, his own political wave, I can say, is driven by his own integrity. Tell me who has that integrity today in the North, like Buhari. Just point to one person. None. We've seen what happened under his administration. We've seen the people that are entrusted with state funds, with positions, appointments, whatever, getting close to him by association, what they are today. Kwankwaso cannot fit into that. He has his own movement in Kanu. Though he has tried, he has footprints all over, like it's even alleged that he won Taraba, that it was taken out of him because the party came second in Taraba, and it is assumed that the party won, but they were manipulated. Well, that's a discussion for another day, and a lot of members, so on and so forth. But that flair of Buhari, that movement of Buhari, I don't see any northern political as of today. I don't know tomorrow. I can't say of tomorrow, because as of today, I don't see anybody that can fit into his shoes. People will try to associate with him. You can see it's only Buhari that people are contesting in other parties, but are associating their posters with Buhari. Tell me which politician now has that flair. People contesting PDP, but their posters, you see Buhari picture on their poster. I doubt if he can fit into those shoes. I doubt mindset, to be honest.
All right, thank you very much once again, Haruna, for your submission. Now, it's quite a very interesting one. I mean, the man is late, so a lot of people will say don't talk ill about a dead person, but this is politics I'm discussing here. So people will ask the question, what integrity are we talking about here? Is this something else that you know that we don't know? Maybe in the North, there's a bit of, what do you mean integrity? What is it about him? Because if you look at the last 8 years of his administration, a lot of things didn't go well. There's a lot of things that a lot of Nigerians would, both South, North, East, and West, would tell you this thing didn't go well because Buhari was there. So what integrity are you making reference to, that people like yourself, the other person will say is because of integrity? If you don't mind enlightening us, that would be very helpful. Thank you, sir.
You see, mindset, we have perspective to issues. But looking at issues objectively, without us being biased, will make a lot of impact in our judgments. Um, I know Buhari right from TBO prior to 2000. I know him since when I was a kid, and I've been with his movement, and I've been with him up to 2023 election, that was my parting point with his political party, the APC. The integrity we are talking about Buhari is that he's a man. May Allah forgive him, may Allah grant him Jannah. I would not have wanted us to discuss Buhari on this platform, I said now. I will find it very emotional. I'm very sorry, very deeply emotional to discuss.
Let me come in here. Now, if you remember, you were the one that brought it up. So you spoke about his integrity. I try as much as possible to respect people's view. Well, you spoke about his integrity. I don't want anything to make you feel uncomfortable, right? But if it's something you don't want to respond because of the way you feel about him, that's okay. We can leave it and come back another. You don't have to respond. I just want to make that very clear. So let's not digress from that topic and go to another topic. The reason I mentioned it was because of what you said. So, but I invite, you're on a speaker, you're on my space, and it's my responsibility to ask questions, but at the same time, I just have to respect your views, if that makes sense. So if you don't want to talk about it, let's just leave it, and maybe some other time. Is that okay with you, sir?
Yeah, some other time, man, sir. That's good.
All right, please do not leave this platform. Let's go back to Kwankwaso. So let's discuss Kwankwaso as well. Dr. Musti, raise your hand quickly, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to say one thing about Buhari, probably that made him to be what he was, because he was kind of very exceptional politician in the sense that even this political lie that you do to deceive people, especially maybe to get your way or something of that sort. Why didn't do that? You understand? You can say that okay, a lot of his things that he said he will do, things didn't go the way based on governance, right? But if you look at how Buhari conducted himself, the way and manner and everything, he was kind of a politician who did not belong to the category of mainstream Nigerian politicians who they don't care. They always lie. They talk recklessly. You understand? So it is something to look at, and it matters. It matters actually a lot. You can bring a lot of speeches of people when they say this, but now they are suddenly changing this saying this. So Buhari is the only person who had that moral claim to say that I have never done this. I have never. He's the only politician with that bragging right. I can say that. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Now let's move away from Buhari and come back to the conversation that we are, having about Kwankwaso moving. Sorry, Dr. Musi, since you have the mic, please, if you can, in a minute, that would be helpful. Do you believe that anybody? I mean, we're going to talk about Buhari. Haruna, you have to bear with me do you believe that there's any northerner that would inherit Buhari's quote and unquote 12 million votes? Mr. Dr. Musti, please.
I honestly do not think there is any northerner that can inherit Buhari's followership in the north. I don't think there is any.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you. So, People's Parliament, then I will go back to One Heart. People's Parliament, please go ahead, sir. I hope we're not discussing Buhari.
Unfortunately, I think I just wanted to respond, if I'm allowed to. I'll just like to answer the question you posed in that, regarding the integrity.
Okay. This will now move us to another.
Okay.
No. 1 minute. 1 minute. No, listen. You know how I do things. Like, I just want to make sure that I will give everybody, a level playing field. It would not be fair that Haruna don't want to talk about it. He spoke about it briefly.
Yeah, I understand that. We can respect that. That's
no. 1 minute, sir. Hear me out, please. But Dr. Musti spoke about it briefly. So if it's gonna be okay for you to find a way not to drag us back to him, but make your submission, I wouldn't mind. But I don't want us to go back to the topic, if that makes sense, right?
Okay, all right, that's fine. Yeah, I can actually speak without mentioning him. I just want to highlight some points in terms of perception in this country and hindsight. I feel like we're a nation of political myths and legends. instead of actual historical fact. I mean, based on the fact that history was somehow surgically removed from our curriculum for a very long time, a lot of people, a lot of politicians have been able to rebrand themselves, and based on, essay, oh, my father told me this about him. And I think one of those who rode on that was the person that, was, the late former president. Nostalgia is, and the concept of what could have been. I mean, let's look at Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, is revered in every Nigerian political conversation right now. Of course, he had like early success in his administration, but nobody knows what could have transpired in the next few years, if he actually stayed in office. So I would like to believe that 1983 to 1985 was actually the greatest political campaign that Buhari ever made. Because I feel like he had that opportunity to show people what I could do, the kind of ideology that I have. And those 2 years, I think they served him in good stead in all of his subsequent political campaigns. A lot of people were able to tap back into what he did alongside Tunde Idiagbon. And obviously, hindsight is always a very interesting way to view things. The last 8 years is subject to debate in every Nigerian society, but the obvious things are there. But we have to respect the dead. So we just leave it at that.
All right, thank you guys. Let's not go back to Buhari. Can we go back to the topic? And I mean, if you want to mention it in passing, that's okay. We are on mindset space where everybody's allowed to add their view, right? It's not one side fit it all. As long as you agree not to insult people and focus on what really matters. We are welcome to speak. As I pass the mic to One Heart. One Heart, good morning and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Fatu Kind. So I want to have because I just joined and I heard you talking about Concourse, so I know I have my perspectives about all these movements, but can I get like a clarity on the narrative about what it is about Concourse?
All right, thank you. So we started with what the former governor of Ekite State said on Channel TV. He said that he believed that Bola Ahmed Tinubu have conquered the South, that he need a bit of the North for his pathway to 2027 to become clearer. And then we have Kwankwasia here, somebody who's very close to Kwankwaso, Haruna, and I had the opportunity to ask him where's Kwankwaso leaning. So you can marry both of them together, or if you wanted to speak on Kwankwaso,
Okay, now I understand. Okay, great. So, first of all, I watched FAYOSE yesterday, all of it, and to be honest, I tried to check his mannerism, his body language, and everything, and I could see that semblance of that character depicting that some of these guys have still not learned from history, because I mean, any politician who's still insisting on I have governors, goes to show indeed that they haven't learned anything from history, from 2023, from 2019, because obviously as our democracy is moving forward, the whole big name thing is waning down, and the fact that they are refused do not know why, but we talk to people on the street in the south, and we know it's not but how much is that in tune with the masses of that particular part of the country. So I don't now know why Fayose's talk must be gospel. And don't forget also, even if you want to go about the politicians themselves, say the governors or anything, there's a lot of deceit in politics. So a lot of those guys may actually, because of the environment, because of probably what has happened to Fuba, and they may be doing all of that, but at the end of the day, 9 minutes they could do something else. But having said that, let me now come back to it. Now, when you say that you could, that's in the instance where you gather all of the South. Now, what about the PDP that has said that it's zoning its presidential candidature to the South? So would that mean that if PDP bring out their candidate which will be from the south, as they have affirmed, that means that person is definitely going to eat into the votes that Fayoshe is claiming that APC has in the bag. And even this again is without us confirming what the whole coalition is going to be about, because of course the space is awash with the talk of either if Obi doesn't get it, he could probably, because Dati has gone there and has spoken about how Obi should come and let them run it together, or even if Obi is not going to pick him, he could still go ahead to court. So if, for example, again, you're going to come and have an Obi be a candidate on his own, he's again going to eat deeply again, for that matter, into all of those southern votes. Now, these are the scenarios for the south. So you come back to the north. We feel that I think there was a lot of analysis that was done that Kwankwaso seemed to have checked the temperament of the society and has checked the tempo, and he feels definitely that moving to, because I mean, so many people have told him, both online and I'm sure offline, that if he moves to APC, a lot of his people are not going to go with him. So therefore, probably this is the strategy he wants to employ. He wants to now get their trust back. He wants to get them to believe him. A lot of people feel that he is doing that, so when people believe him as much, he could then come out. Because I can tell you for free right now that even if you check like little online northern Facebook commentaries and all of that, you could see that there's a semblance that the core north, and I'm choosing this word carefully, the core north seem to have aligned with Atiku. And I think the ruling party also understand that. So perhaps people are feeling that Konkoso wants to do this so that, because at the end of the day, he appears to be the only person that can come out and eat into the supposed votes that Atiku is planning to pick up from the north. So perhaps people feel that that's what he wants. He wants to curry the trust, get the people to believe him, so that when he comes out as a sole candidate, he would have the wherewithal and the trust capital to be able to eat into the votes that Atiku get. But then, when you see all of these things, maybe critical people could then sit down and be like, how sure are all of these guys that the people will simply just repeat? Because now we are seeing that there's an increased level of engagement and interrogation. Things you say yesterday will be brought back to you today. So when we get to that moment, there's going to be a lot of interrogation. So I feel, for example, if that's the strategy of Konkusu, people are going to ask him critical questions that, Chairman, the last time is like you played a spoiler game. So are you also trying to play that sort of game again and all of that? So for me, like, I don't know why at the end of the day, our politicians will not just base all of these things on delivering to the people and just getting their votes, rather than all of these deep machinations that have very less sustainability, in my opinion. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. One Heart, what a beautiful name. Now, so people are asking what topic are we discussing. I said there's no topic on this thing. I started with the interview of Ayo Fayoshe, where he said that he believed, and please, I'm paraphrasing that the South, Tinubu has conquered. Maybe I'll find another word, but Tinubu has conquered the South already. That he needs a bit of numbers from the north for his pathway to be clearer to 2027 election. And the question here is, do you agree? And a lot of people have come on the platform to say, no, they disagree. And then we have few who said, yeah, it's not, I mean, this guy might be making sense. So that's how we started the conversation. Then Mr. Haruna came on board. I used the opportunity to ask him about what is Kwankwaso doing? I mean, what is his plan? Because anyone that I know on this platform right now that is very close to Kwankwaso is Haruna. I know he knows him very well, they speak and everything. So he have shared his own view of what he thinks. So that's what the platform is all about. I would have loved to put a topic. I can put Good Morning Nigeria, but I try not to put topics. The reason being, I know it might sound a very unprofessional way, but I just try to do things in a different way. Things that drive, I don't know how to put it out here. I don't hate cloud chasing. When you put a topic, it appears that you're choosing it now. But I want to do my thing my own way, right? So that's what the topic is all about. And if anybody wants to be part of it, you're welcome to be part of it. If there's any need for me to put a topic, I mean, it would not be fair to say FAYOSE's interview. That doesn't sound good, right? I don't know if you guys agree with me. Those on the speaker section, I cannot put FAYOSE's interview. How does that make sense? But I would like us to.
Yeah, it comes
Yeah,
off awkward.
yeah.
It
So,
comes off
or
awkward. Yeah.
people, everyone have a right to put a topic, who this thing correlation and all this thing, flogging the whole thing. I am too old for such conversations. Keep repeating things. I like to do my things in a different way. So, I do apologize to those who join and they don't know what the topic is about. So, unfortunately, we've run out of speakers. I'm not sure if anybody wanted to add anything again. If you wanted to speak on Pakwan question, please, we can speak on it. If anybody wants to respond to One Heart or Dr. Musti or People's Parliament or Fidelity or Mr. Haruna, if any of the speakers, you can raise your hand. But if we do not have any other person who wants to be part of the conversation, it's been interesting one. I've really, really enjoyed it. The speakers, do you guys have any other thing to add?
Yeah, mindset. I just want to ask you a question. I don't know if I can go ahead.
Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I've been listening to you said you keep mentioning timing. Timing is your problem with the people forming coalition. I just want to ask you, don't you think it's a good game if actually they are keeping the oppositions and media in dark, just as the way they announce the coalition party, instead of announcing, giving people direction now that we still have about 1 year plus to go towards election. What do you think?
Sorry, I apologize, sir. I was responding to somebody, so I didn't. Wow. Okay, that's a very interesting one. So this is my own view, right? It might be a strategy for them. I am not part of the coalition, but I think I know a little bit of what's been done. And I said a little bit, please. I don't want somebody to think he knows because I'm not member of the coalition, right? But for me, the little I know about politics is that you're working. You're how do I answer this question without telling you a lot of things I'm not supposed to say openly? Let me try and see how I can figure it out right now. Okay, so I'm biting my tongue, Mr. Chidele. You put me in a very tight corner right now. I think the timing is not on their side. I think they don't have enough time, but it would appear that it might be a strategy, but I don't want to believe it's a strategy based on the little I know. I think that's the best I can come up with. I'm sorry, sir. I would have loved to say more, but we are in open space, and you know my way of doing things. I hate it when people say something privately to you or in confidence, and people come on spaces because they like clouds, or they come and tweet about it, or say they are bringing a receipt. For me, that's not fun. So, was I able to answer your question, sir, Mr. Fidelity?
As you said, you don't want to step in, but for me, I just want to say something. If any member from LP in the Southeast they come to APC again, then I will believe the coalition will not survive. I don't know if you can read meaning to what I said. There's a reason why I said that. There's still reason why none have been able to decamp again ever since they announced ADC. That's the reason. But I will end it here.
All right. Thank you very much. As I've always said, I'm here to learn. The good thing about spaces is that there are things I don't know, and I'm happy to learn from you. But let's see how it plays out. Mr. One Heart, you raise your hand, sir.
Yes, thank you. But what's this whole thing about timing and the campaigns and all of that? I mean, I don't know. Like, how much do people really? Because look, there's this hashtag I'm running, and I call it homegrown. And I think homegrown is just an idea trying to say that there has to be a stark differentiation between idealism and reality. And to be honest, like a lot of conversations I hear around the social media space are more hinged on idealism than reality. I mean, for somebody like me, I've lived in all 6 geopolitical zones of this country. I understand how everybody like I understand how the different tribes behave, what are their preferences, how even their political culture and all of that. And I respect all of it, and that's why you never see me insulting anybody or have problem with how anybody does their things. So when people talk about timing or the campaign or all of this, I feel like maybe they have less idea about how the North plays her politics. And to be honest, like this Chidi, is it Chidibility or something, saying about how the campaign in the South and all of that. The South, yeah, is going to be there, like I said earlier, with the rumors we're hearing about not PDP bringing a candidate from there and all that. So yeah, there's going to be some sort of splitting of the vote. So for me, if you ask me, the battleground is the northern Nigeria. And I think the northern Nigeria plays a sort of a politics that they can wake up in a day and even choose what party it is that they want to go to. Mala Ibrahim Shekarau was practically a primary school teacher who came from the classroom and beat Kwankwaso to it in 2003 with all the power of Obasanjo and everything. They had to tell Kwankwaso to get out of the state and leave it for the people because they've spoken. I mean, that's the sort of thing. Even to rig the election in that part of the country is extremely difficult unless you have a stakeholder agreement like you had in 2023 because of the whole Muslim, because they love their religion, and I don't even see anything wrong with that, So there was a stakeholder agreement, and whatever it is that you wanted to do, you could. So the point to ask is, all of those factors that were able to engender the stakeholder collaboration in 2023 for the APC, do they still exist? If they're intact, then I think, yeah, it's all good. But if they are not, then certainly I think all of the issues about timing or who is the campaign to hear or that will matter extremely less to whatever political decision that we want to take. So for me, I think all of the talk about timing are a little academical. I think they're not taking into cognizance, and that's why I encourage young people to try as much as possible to not just maybe study, or even if they want to study about all of the part of the country, they should go in depth, find out about them, take out emotions, and appreciate some of those things, because everybody has got their method of doing things, including their political culture. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, One Heart, for your wonderful submission. As I've always said, this platform is open for everybody to air their view. I'm of the opinion that timing is everything in politics. The little I know, timing is everything. You can do the right thing at the wrong time, and you've failed. If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. That's my own belief, right? And that's how I get to understand politics. Timing is everything. But if for a lot of people, they still believe there's enough time and everything, who am I to argue? But thank you, sir, for your submission. As I pass the mic to Haruna. Haruna, you have the mic, sir.
I just want to make a small observation from what the last speaker said. Yes, Kwankwaso was defeated by Shekaro. There was a humiliation that happened that time, but the factor, about 60% of the factor that made Shekaro win Kano, he seemed contested under the platform of ANPP and with the support of Buhari in Kano. Buhari swayed a lot of votes. I think Buhari even made about 3 or 4 sorties into Kano that time for Shekaro. Let's understand that. Thank you, Mindset.
Okay, that's fine. And do we have any other person who would like to add anything regarding to what we are discussing this morning? If you have any point that you want to raise or you want to counter what the other individuals have said, please do request for the mic and we'll bring you up. But I only have People's Parliament, Dr. Musti, and only 5 speakers today, which is not a bad thing, but I would have loved for others to come on board and air their own view. As we wait.
Please, when I want to ask, yes, Mindset, please, what I want to ask, like, I've not heard anybody saying what they think Kwankwaso is on and about especially as related to how I said a lot of people feel that his aim is just to come out and play the spoiler game again like he did in 2023. So mindset, I don't know how much you know about northern politics. I don't know, but I wanna ask that. And then again, when you said about, I do agree with you, timing, maybe about because Nigerian political system is a political party based system. So yeah, to that effect, I agree that timing is essential, that you have to, and I guess that if that's what's to go by, I'm thinking that the APC, the ADC rather, I think they've done like the needful, because even APC, remember, it is now that it's trying to correct a lot of the silent misnomers that were existent in it by returning the chairmanship back to the North Central and all of that. That's not even to say that it's still not leaving some silent issues that we will not know about. So the ADC appears to be intact. I don't know if there's anything I don't know about. I mean, the issue about party leadership is clearly not justiciable. And so they seem to be intact. The 37 chairmen have come to show loyalty to. So maybe the other issues are about who will contest or whatever, but that's normal. Everybody will want to, especially because they are not a ruling party, and so nobody is going to come and say the president has been endorsed straight up. So that one will naturally be there, regardless of whichever party, even if it was PDP that had remained intact till now, that is naturally going to be there, especially considering the sort of stakes that are up for 2027. But the point I made earlier is that people have already found an alternative that they've been looking for, and I think they could go there once it's time. It's not just to go pick up the ballot and thumbprint on whatever choice it is and probably try to defend it, especially in the north, that they always know how to do that. But I'm saying on this part of the concourse, so what's he really trying to do? Is it the spoiler game, or is he probably moving to PDP and pairing with Goodluck Jonathan, like I've heard from somebody pretty close to him also, or some things related to that? Thank you.
All right. I'm not sure when you joined, but Haruna has explained what he thinks Kwankwaso is doing, and Dr. Musti as well. But I wanted to focus more on Haruna, because if there's anybody who is very close to Kwankwaso on this platform, Haruna is that individual. And I'm not sure if he would like to repeat himself again. Perhaps it would help.
I wasn't.
Okay. So let me land, please. Thank you. All right. So I'm trying to see if he can maybe speak in a minute or two. Maybe he can shed more light on what he said about Kwankwaso. And when it comes to timing and everything, yes, everybody might disagree. I had somebody say that there's still enough time. That was when we started, right? And I did say that the election of 2027 started the day Bola Ahmed Tinubu was announced as the president. And a lot of people disagree, saying, they would disagree to that. One of the things that he did was October 25th, 2023. He commissioned INEC electoral commissioners. Please, I want you, because one of the problems we have is we say things and we don't go back and do a research on it. There's a lot of names, about 10 of them, from Niger State, Rivers State, Edo State, and everything. Go back and do a research on the names of this individual. They're 10 of.
So, my people, that is it. I hope you guys had everything they discussed here. It is quite unfortunate that a Nigeria who is suffering under this Tinubu government is telling us that we should forget about governance right now. Let's talk about politics. Is some people really okay in this country called Nigeria? This is only opportunity, the perfect time to talk about governance. Through that, we'll now know who are we going to support in 2027. But right now, some people are telling you to just forget about governance. Let's talk about politics. Let's see who has the power to manipulate the election and then win the election. These politicians, they are busy politicking, but we Nigerians supposed to be after good governance, because at the end of the day, now we go suffer and pass. This is reason why Nigerians are saying that for us to have free and fair, credible election in 2027, that they need to strip president of power to control judiciary and INEC. So as far as Tinubu is still controlling INEC and judiciary, all this thing we are saying is only by the grace of God, though, that we are going to take power from Tinubu come 2027. Anyway, yesterday, P2B met with PDP chieftains, as well as El-Rufai and also Dati Baba Ahmed. Now, PDP want P2B to come back to PDP, which I believe that P2B will not try it. So, as far as Wike is still in PDP, there's no way P2B will succeed, right? So, my people, I would love you guys to leave your thoughts in the comment section about everything they discussed here, especially what Mr. FAYOSE said, that APC will come first, then P2B second, ADC third, and then PDP fourth. So I would love you guys to leave your opinion in the comment section. Subscribe for more updates if you haven't, and also share the video. Give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube will recommend it for other people to watch. Thank you so much everyone for watching, and I will see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.
Welcome to Shamra Senior